am I getting up so early for the sunrise when I'm shooting in black and white? Well, it's for this. So for this first image, I'm rushing slightly. I have actually taken the image because the light was just lovely as the sun rises above the clouds. There's not much to say really, it's just a nice view. As far as camera settings go on the Olympus OM1, which I'm using today, I've got a 28mm lens, and we've got a shutter speed of 1/30th of a second at f8, and hopefully that will make the scene, produce the image that I'm looking at. Lovely. So I haven't had time to set up the tripod, so I'm taking advantage of this fence for the view. It's just such a lovely view here. Camera setting on the OM1, f8 at 1/30th of a second, and hopefully that will produce a nice image. But it's just lovely just to watch this cloud come in, and it's now going to snuff out my light, so hence the reason why I had to take the image quite quickly. Lovely. For this next image, I do like the way the road zigzags into the light that is from the clouds that have been breaking up. I do like that image very much. So as far as camera settings go, around an f5.6 at 1/30th of a second. I do like this path. I think it really works nice, or should work nicely in black and white. Camera settings again, f5.6, 1/30th of a second. I do like this next viewpoint. I'm going to be taking a few, I think, images of this path that undulates over the hill. The light is so contrasty, it keeps coming and going, so I'm not sure whether I'll get the image. Camera settings, f5.6, 1/30th of a second. Having developed my film and scanned the images, I've now sorted through the wheat from the chaff, and hopefully got some images that certainly are up for candidates as printing material. So looking at this first image, there are actually two versions of this that I took, this one and this one, and it just illustrates how fast the conditions were changing. You can see the clouds here, how they have progressed. So this was the first one, I think, and then within seconds it's moved, and it has actually transformed the image, I feel. Well, not transformed, maybe that's too strong a word, but it certainly has made it a little bit more easy to choose this one, I think, rather than this one. I think this one's a little bit flatter, so I'm going to be very critical and take that one out of the running, as it were. Sorry, let's go back, that one. So definitely this is a lot of potential in terms of light and cloud. Quite like that. Second option, or another candidate for printing, is this one. Quite gritty image. Not much light, quite dull this one. I think if I did print it, I think I would perhaps have to make it slightly darker. Let's just simulate that with a little curves adjustment. And not sure that really, I quite like the idea. It's just a shame, as I say, that the conditions were changing so rapidly. There was light there, but by the time I'd taken it, it had gone. So maybe not sure about that one. That's the second one. Let's go to the third one. Now again, there's two candidates of the same picture here, this one and this one. I think this one probably isn't going to make the cut because the car's actually coming out of the scene, whereas the other one, although it's the same car and it is actually coming out of the scene, at first glance you can't actually tell until you actually zoom in that that's actually coming out. But I think this one's a stronger composition compared to that one. So again, I'm going to be ultra critical rather, and remove that one. And again, I think with this one, I think I would have to do it slightly darker. So again, let's just simulate that with a little curves adjustment, just to make the light stand out here. And maybe even, I may even have to just crop. There's quite a lot of negative space in the cloud here. I think maybe something like that might work better. And then the final image, I think, is this one of the steps. Again, there's a bit too much negative space here, so I think I'd have to crop the image, get rid of some of that. Maybe like something like that, a bit more of a square composition, I think. Not sure that works really. It did at the time, but when I actually now review these images, oh, that's right, there's another one. Sorry, I forgot this final image. Again, the light is good, a little bit of detail here. Again, something that takes your eye into the scene. Again, I'm not sure about that. So just reviewing the images, this one, this one, this one, this one, or this one. I suspect it may be this one. This one's a slightly more standout image in my mind. So there's nothing else but to go into the darkroom. Let's do that. I've come out of the darkroom with my test strip, and we've gone from 10 seconds in 10-second increments up to 1 minute 10 or 70 seconds. And we can see that around the 4-5 we can begin to see some of the cloud detail coming in. It's very light here still. That's 50, that's 60 seconds, that's 70 seconds. So I wasn't quite sure where to go because it looks like it's going to be 70 seconds plus. So I've gone in and done another test strip, and basically is the second strip. We've gone from 110 or 1 minute 10 seconds, sorry, 70 seconds, and I've just done 4 up to 1 minute 40. So 1 minute 10, 1 minute 20, 1 minute 30, 1 minute 40. And it looks very much like the 140 is the area that I want to be in. It's got the right kind of tones, some nice dark blacks there. So I think we're going to go for 1 minute 40 seconds at f11, and we'll see how we get on. Here is the final print, and I have to say I'm very pleased with it in general. Certainly highlighting the points here. I'm very pleased with this. I'm pleased I went with the 1 minute 40 seconds to really make that the kind of tones a nice there, I like that. However, not quite so sure about what's going on here. It's not quite as, I thought this would be as dark, but it isn't. So, and I wanted it to highlight these little pools of light that were coming through the cloud. So, not quite sure how I would proceed with that, because normally you could hold back some of the light. If we got a piece of paper, we could perhaps shield the bottom and move it, so 140, and then maybe another 10 or 20 seconds on this front area. But I'm concerned that this sharp edge might just create too much of a line. I don't know, I haven't really got too much experience with that, such a big area. So that's one option. I suppose another option is to perhaps do variable contrast. Again, that's something I've not tried before. So certainly room for improvement on this image, without a doubt, but I am pleased with it. Other things, I could change the framing. I do need to work on my framing here. When I put it in the easel, it's not always as straight as I would like it to be, so I need to work on that. On this particular occasion, actually, I might be inclined to even cut some of that sky out. There is quite a lot of negative space there. Make it more of a sort of a panoramic view. That's an option. I don't know whether I can't really demonstrate that really with that small piece of paper. Maybe something like that. But as I say, overall, I'm very pleased with the image. I do like it very much. And I think since there is room for improvement, I think there's definitely cause to come back to this print another occasion, maybe trying those methods I've just mentioned. So to be continued.